Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of...
This Lion fan base, Coach, they have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions.
60 Pittsburgh.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Carson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. On 1st down, it's Carson. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down. They'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And that's complete to Croft. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line.
Ready? 30 base.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
60 or.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
Now the first carry for Bryce Love. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And we look now at the Lions offense.
So many weapons on this offense, and we've seen them all season long score from any point on the field. But we all know playoff football comes down to playing smart. The game slows down, and it's harder to move it. So you've got to avoid penalties, avoid turnovers, and not let your emotions get the best of you.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, He's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And he's got some space here. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Successful toss play to the right there. It's interesting. Teams seem to run the toss a lot more to the right than to the left.
It's usually a little more natural. Right-handed quarterback, typically your power side running the ball is to the right side with your guard and your tackle. In college football, they used to call it student body right because you had everyone on that side, including a fullback leading. In the pros, they don't call it that, but it's still the same result.
Protein spill.
On 2nd down now, it's Love. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Wide open receiver complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, that's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Buying time, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop. Here's the 2nd and 7. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. And the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready? And
the offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 74 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead grows to 10-0. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over. The other team takes
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
That's how we
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
On first down, here's Love. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally brought down at the 43. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level. That offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
And making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On second down, Love. And he's got room. There he goes, right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Bryce Love, 40 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll toss it out to Carson. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run forward with Smith. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. On first down, it's Love. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
They'll run again with Love on first down. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Not a lot of headway on that carry, but when you're dealing with a defensive line that can cover up your center, sometimes you got to think about getting out of that play. Not going to be a lot of space when that happens.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on third and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
They'll run on first down. Love. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there. Second down. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. On play action, they'll throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will knot us up at 10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Second down and inches. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Romeo Okwara. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Taco Charlton providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks. And now they're staring at a 4th and long. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This will be fielded at the 17. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Ready, ready.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we come upon an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This is fielded at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Let's go. 8, read.
2nd and 15. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Check.
On 2nd down, it's Love. Now that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go. 10 Lobo. You.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 2. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, my, you know that's one that he'll want to have back. I mean, they did everything right. Got the linebackers commit on the play action. He just flat out missed.
They'll try to run with Carson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's...
Oh, look look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. So a fake field goal run in for the touchdown. That can be a huge momentum swing.
And that's got to drive a defensive coach and a special teams coach crazy. Someone else running it in on a fake field goal when you're supposed to be alert for it. Terrific play by the offense, not so much by the defense.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
They'll run with Love. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A very solid gain of 27.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate. After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now back to throw. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Check 13. Check 13. Joker. Greystone, travel. 5.
Staying on the ground, it's Love. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Flipper.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
I certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. They'll try and sneak it here. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
70, Indy.
1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Love. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Love again. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. And the grab by Croft. It gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Romeo Okwara picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now this throw caught left side, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10. All day, any day. 22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Go.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. Back-to-back one-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8.
All right, let's put the check mark on the defensive side of the ledger there. Really nice tackle by the man in the middle. But why was he able to get that done? Because he has 4 down linemen in front of him, 2 tackles, 2 ends. And what they often try to do is create what we call a funnel. Right to the man in the middle linebacker. Who often leads his team in tackles.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long. And they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Seahawks 2-yard line.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Going to give it to Love. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Bryce Love, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. No success on 1st down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. Down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. A field goal could get this playoff game to overtime, but this crowd, they are going to make it tough as they line up 1st and 10. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. That's complete to Smith. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. He's back to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Romeo Okwara in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I'll tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Under 10.
They begin with a run by Smith. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys,
hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now here's Michael Dixon on for a very important punt here in overtime. That's taken on the 25. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Lions will take over. So here come the Lions now. Their defense did its job. Got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done. Now part 2.
Ready? 50. Play.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Love. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
On first down, Love. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. Second down. Now a carry here for their fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
It'll be real interesting to take a look at this play later, because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because it didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, that means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked him down in a hurry.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
On second down now, it's Love. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 28.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play. Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Recon, 132 fighter. Shoot.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a third down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, exit. 5.
On the carry, it's Love. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll keep it on the ground. It's Love. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.